Hey, everybody, and welcome to Key Conversations for Leaders. I'm your host, John Ryan, and today we have a very special guest, Ben Morton. Ben is a sought after leadership mentor, coach, and best selling author. After graduating from the Royal Military Academy, he served 2 tours in Iraq. Ben went from the battlefield to the boardroom, blending his military and corporate leadership training. Disappointed by traditional leadership training, Ben started coaching and mentoring others to become the most authentic version of themselves as leaders. Welcome to the show, Ben.
Thanks very much for having me.
Thank you. And, Ben, as a former captain in the British Army, what similarities and differences do you see between leadership in the military versus the corporate environment?
It's a great question. And when you sent this through before, it really got me reflecting on what some of those differences are and similarities. I think it's probably easier to start with the differences in that I think in the military, and certainly this was my experience in the military, I think the military are very good at blending and keeping a dual focus on both the task and the people. I think perhaps that's because leadership in the British Army is very much focused, or at its core, is still sort of John Adair's model of task, team, and an individual. So that's kind of really drummed into you as a key leadership model. I think perhaps it's because due to the very nature of what the army exists to do, we are ultimately putting people's lives on the line in service of an outcome or a mission. So that means we focus a little bit more on the people. Whereas I think in the corporate world, we can tend to focus much more on the task and the objective, and people can sometimes in some organizations be viewed as just a tool or a means to an end, perhaps. And the root of that is probably the Industrial Revolution, right? Where kind of the focus was all on productivity, and that's why kind of management thinking kind of grew and evolved. And I think in the civilian corporate world, that's almost overtaken and sort of replaced some leadership skills, perhaps.